Then I bring you in. Hi everyone. Thank you. Today it's Friday, and today it's a very special session for my face. For today, I am actually going to interview a very special person. Now, first of all, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ketki. I'm a naturopath, a nutritionist, a herbalist, and I train in Sydney. I run my own clinical practice. I'm a keynote speaker, and I also do my own online health and wellness business. Today, we have a very special guest with me. He's a senior political commentator with Channel News Asia. Ramesh.
Hello, hi everybody.
Hi, thank you Ramesh so much for being with us.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, and what has been amazing is that Ramesh, we're so busy and such an real figure, has actually taken his time to do a Facebook Live with me. Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you, no problem.
So, Ramesh, we want to just understand. Ramesh actually we met because you were referred to me, and he actually went on a program with us, right?
Yes, correct, that's right.
What were your concerns that made you come to me? Can you share with us?
Yeah. Thank you, Keki, for giving me this opportunity to share my story. Just a correction, I was with Channel News Asia. I am now doing some more of freelance working.
Yeah.
Now, I've had this history of diabetes for quite some time. So I had been on medication with a general practitioner, but although, the results have always been fluctuating up and down. There was at one point in time where I suddenly felt that I was losing a bit of weight, quite fast.
I think you lost about 15 kg.
Yeah, about 15 to 20 kg, and the drop was quite sudden.
Yeah.
And so actually I decided to do two things. One is to actually go and see a specialist,
right,
an endocrinologist, to give you more advice on how to improve your situation. And secondly, also to seek a bit more advice on the kind of food that I should be eating. Of course, I have been seeing a dietitian before.
Yeah, so what I understand is that you saw a dietitian, you were doing the exercises, you were dieting,
correct,
you were exercising, you were losing weight, but still your blood glucose and your HbA1c was going up.
Correct. The HbA1c was not coming down to the desired level of below 6.5, which is what is being prescribed by the doctors.
And the normal threshold. And what was worrisome when the doctors told you that?
Yeah, and when I went to see the specialist, the endocrinologist specialist, he made it quite clear that, some of your readings, especially your triglycerides and your cholesterol levels and some of the other readings, your kidney measurement and your kidney analysis, all these need to be improved. And, if things don't improve, and, if this reading continues, and if this sugar reading on a daily basis or on a 3-monthly basis continues, then it can affect your kidney quite badly. So that was a bit of I would call it, a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And so after getting,
So hang on before that, Ramesh. Yeah. So it's fantastic. I mean, I think Tables and Rivers, you usually interview the ministers, and now I'm interviewing you, so I'm really grateful. I'm a bit nervous actually, guys. So let me just ask you, recap. You were dieting, you were exercising, you were eating all the right foods, you were on medications, you actually lost the weight, but nothing happened in terms of your health. In fact, the blood glucose levels and all the markers were getting worse.
Yeah.
And doctors said that if you didn't do something, dialysis might be something to look into, or kidneys could be impacted.
Kidneys could be impacted, and things can get worse, and you may have to resort to several other measures and issues, to make sure that your kidneys don't deteriorate further.
Right. So then you were referred to me.
Yes.
And then we put you on a 90 days program.
Correct.
And tell us more, after going on the program, I think you finished the program more than 4 months now.
And I got some rewards also.
Yes. So please tell us, what were your rewards? So what were the immediate benefits you saw when you went on this program? So in this program...
Yeah. First, let me talk about the program. Of course, this is
if you could share the benefits first.
Yeah. Of course, the benefits, I would say that firstly, the biggest benefit for you is, number one, you got to start adjusting your way of life, your eating, your food lifestyle. And so the biggest challenge for me in going through this program was to be able to say no to many of the goodies and the food items which I used to like and which I used to whack quite freely with no control over oils and carbohydrates and what have you. And so all that had to be thrown out of the window. And thanks to my very diligent and strict wife, who even up to today, even now, this morning, makes sure that I take the right food and prepares the correct breakfast items and lunch and dinner for me.
Yeah. So let me just make it more concise. Number one, the benefit is that you got to have good eating habits and you learn good foods that you could eat.
Yes.
Now, question, did you diet? Did you eat less, or actually you got to eat a lot more and it was just the choices of food that needed to be tweaked?
Well, I would say that the diet is more about choosing and tweaking the choices of food, but there was no reduction in quantity. I must say that the same amounts are being consumed. I mean, let me give you an example. White rice, Indians and Hindus love white rice. They eat it in different forms. But white rice was actually considered to be very high in carbohydrates, and it's not good for diabetes. And so we decided to tweak it. And so we decided to try brown rice, and we tried what's called quinoa.
Yeah, we will go into that. So basically, diet is tweaked and you get to eat more. Yeah. So the conception that you need to diet and eat less is wrong. Here you got to eat more.
I wouldn't say eat more, but there is no change in the quantity.
Sorry.
There is no change in the quantity.
Yeah, so there was no change in the quantity of the food. Yeah. You got to tweak. Number two, you told me that within 2 weeks you sent me an SMS, right? Correct. And you mentioned that
the HbA1c has improved, the sugar readings have improved on a daily basis.
Yes.
And the HbA1c actually came down to about 6.3 or 6.2. But of course, which is
fantastic, because that's below the threshold that we want within 2 weeks. I think that's what you said.
Correct.
The third thing is that, of course, you also exercise, same amount of exercise as before, same amount of food amounts, just the tweaking.
I would say a bit more exercise, because there was this challenge to improve the visceral fat readings and also build up your muscles. So I decided to make it more frequent visits to the gym to do some weights.
So it's a holistic lifestyle where you actually got motivated to do all these things.
Yes,
kind of not much, but actually, and then some natural herbs and ingredients that actually helped me to suggest to you with the drugs what you can take, and when we combined it, you actually got your results better, right?
That's correct, that's correct.
I think your cholesterol also improved?
Cholesterol improved, triglycerides have improved. In fact, at one point, the HbA1c went down to 5.8. And so now the doctor actually said, hey, don't overdo things. Okay, it's good, you're doing all these things, keep it up. Yeah. But, it doesn't have to go, shouldn't go too low.
Yes.
That can lead to other complications.
So you are actually in a good place now. Now, the thing is that you got off one drug dose as well.
Yeah,
the doctor actually took you off. And that's fantastic. That's not something I think normally happens in the medical route. So basically, the thing is that this has the benefits. And now the thing that I want to share is that you finished this program more than 4 months ago. We are looking at the whole transformation of the body in a very holistic way, like what we mentioned. It's 4 months now, and you just told me the reason why I'm so grateful that you're doing this Facebook Live. You told me that your HbA1c has gone down and improved even more.
That's right.
So that's amazing that in 90 days, finishing the program more than 4 months, this is still a program that's sustainable?
Correct, it is sustainable. And basically, I mean, it's like what I mentioned at the start of this interview. It is basically changing your entire lifestyle. You got to get used to taking the kinds of foods, and of course, when you post those pictures on the group chat
that I make you send,
that we all send, and we share with one another what we eat, and the kind of food items that we eat, and as usual, Keki's famous tagline, one more fist of protein is needed, and so it's basically making those adjustments to. How much more we need to increase certain items, or how much less that we have to reduce certain things that we may consume.
So the thing is that even vegetarians can do this and get the results.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, protein doesn't mean you have to eat just meat, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
correct.
Exactly. So that's fantastic. And so what we've gotten out is that given the same amount of exercise, same amount of food, tweaking it, and doing everything else the same, you got better results here.
Yes.
Your results improve, you've off one drug dosage, and that's fantastic. And it's sustainable that you finished the program and it's still continuing, right?
That's right.
So guys, I mean, this was really, really fantastic. What we want to share is that the program is holistic. It works and it's sustainable even after finishing the program.
Yes.
And what we want to tell you is that one important tip is that rest well, sleep well before 11. We will coach you on the kind of water you need to drink based on your lifestyle, you know, your diet and the quality of life that you have. So, Ramesh, thank you so much for doing this with me. I know your time is very, very precious. And, well, if you have any questions, drop us a note. But meanwhile, thank you. Have a great weekend. Ramesh?
Bye, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good health to all of you.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good health. Bye-bye. Okay, that was great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share it